You want me to put that on my Tudor?
Harry's wife. Prince Harry's damaged relationships. Where you have been ensnared by a narcissist, you will know about the cost. Emotionally, you'll have been hauled over the coals. You'll have been upset, angered, perhaps feeling punch drunk from the various abuses doled out against you. You may have been beaten up, suffering physical injury. You may have been sexually assaulted. You may find your finances torn apart. You may find that your self-esteem, self-worth, and self-confidence have been shredded. And often, you will find that there will be damage to your relationships. That damage has occurred because the narcissist invariably will isolate you from those around you, making you easier to control by removing your support networks, and then causing you to stay away from individuals because they are viewed as potential interfering factors that would threaten that need for control. During the golden period, it's often the case that the primary victim in particular neglects friends and family, work, colleagues, etc., because their time is being monopolized by the narcissist and they're so taken in by this dazzling illusion that they don't want to do anything other than spend as lot of time as possible with the unknown narcissist. This means that they stop doing the things that they once did, regularly playing badminton, for example, with their friends, perhaps not going to the pub as often. Not everybody falls prey to that, but many people do, allowing their familial and social lives to be eroded by the narcissist's requirement of spending time with them. The narcissist's monopolization of their time is both alluring and, of course, is done to ensure that the narcissist can feed off the fuel whilst ensuring that this individual comes under control as quickly as possible. During devaluation, the narcissist wants the support network removed to ensure that the victim remains easy to control, and in such circumstances denies the victim the opportunity, dropping the narc bomb to make the individual feel like it's not really worth trying to go out with friends, so they stay at home instead. Utilizing emotional blackmail to cause them not to attend a function which involves friends or family. Doling out pity plays, utilizing threat, triangulating. You think more of your family than you do of me. Cue a huge sulk. Those of you who have been involved with the narcissist will be familiar with the various ways that the narcissist manipulates so that your relationships are damaged. In some instances, you fall prey to believing the poison that is poured in your ear by the narcissist about a friend or a family member. I don't think your mother really likes me because... And you end up taking the side of the narcissist, thus distancing yourself from your mother. Did you know your friend said this about us? And therefore, this could cause a falling out, where the blinded victim takes the side of the narcissist, believing the lies that they have been told, and not wanting to lose this individual that they seem as so special, viewing the friend as dispensable. Accordingly, relationships that hitherto could have been strong become hugely damaged. And this is the similar situation for Prince Harry. We know that he has been ostracized from his family. He doesn't see his father or William or his sister-in-law, who he's particularly close to, at all. He barely sees much of his cousins. He's never met Thomas Markle Sr., or Thomas Markle Jr. or Samantha Markle, and therefore he has become ostracized from much of his family as a consequence of his ensnarement by Harry's wife. It's clear that it's her that's done it for two reasons. One, she's a narcissist, and that's what narcissists do. Two, he had a close-knit relationship with members of his family, and now we see that that has gone. When did it go? When along came the spider. But it's also the case that his friendship group has fallen apart, and Antonia Hoyle writes about this in The Telegraph. She states, had the Duke of Sussex been browsing news websites earlier this week, he'd have been forgiven for thinking he'd entered a time warp. There, the increasingly sensible Prince of Wales was captured on video 2 days after his 41st birthday, dancing to electronic dance music in London nightclub Coco with old friends Guy Pelly and James Mead. Harry's surprise might have been peppered with regret. Rewind a decade or so, and he too would have been partying with Mead and Pelly, along with the rest of the young prince's close-knit friendship group. The crowd, which also included Tom Skippy Inskip and brothers Thomas and Charlie van Straubenzee, had supported the princes from childhood. But rumours of a rift have swirled since William and Harry's well-documented fallout. The improbably named plastic-faced Omid Scobie and in hiding Carolyn Durant wrote in 2020's Finding Freedom that Harry, sensitive to even the slightest hint of prejudice, had fallouts within his own circle. And on the basis of this recent nightclub jaunt, at least it looks like William has acquired custody of the old gang. So have some of the prince's oldest friends been forced to take sides, and if so, who has proved most popular? Pelly, 41, one of Prince Louis's godparents and the organiser of William's 2011 stag do, is perhaps a surprising choice of party partner, given Kate, who didn't attend the former nightclub owner's 2014 wedding to Holiday Inn heiress Elizabeth Wilson, is said to distrust him. He reportedly organised William's controversial 2017 skiing holiday with Mead and Thomas van Straubenzee, which culminated in a PR disaster when the prince was spotted dancing in an Alps nightclub hours before the senior royals attended a Commonwealth Day service at Westminster Abbey. Yet he was friends with William before bonding with Harry, meeting the future king when both were junior members of the Beaufort Hunt. It was only when William was travelling during his gap year that Pelly, whose sculptor mother Vanda is a member of the Tate and Lyle sugar dynasty, is thought to have befriended Harry. With a similar nose for trouble as a younger prince, he and Harry continued to be friends after Megxit with Pelly. Elizabeth and their daughter Willow reportedly invited to visit Harry and Harry's wife in California in 2020, the only member of the old set known to have done so. Despite what's been said about Harry losing touch with his old friend, he was keen to see Guy. Well, naturally he would be. It would provide him with some connection with his old life. But it is demonstrative of the isolation that he's experienced and the damage to his relationships as a consequence of the fact that only one friend was invited. Mead, meanwhile, is arguably on better terms with Kate. He accompanied her to the badminton horse trials in 2007 during her split with William at the prince's request, making her loyalty to William more likely. Having befriended William at Eton, he's later said to have taken William drinking at Piccadilly's Cuckoo Club. He and his wife, Lady Laura Marsham, daughter of the 8th Earl of Romney, at whose 2013 wedding William was an usher, are both godparents to Princess Charlotte. The son of Olympic gold medalist equestrian Richard Mead, he has long been close to Harry too. It was his 2005 Colonials and Natives themed bash to which Harry wore his notorious Nazi outfit. Harry recently revealed in Spare that it was Mead and Thomas van Straubenzee who were William's best men at his 2011 wedding, not Harry, as had always been believed. Reports that Harry assumed the role, the Duke of Sussex wrote with perhaps a hint of rancour, was a barefaced lie. There have been no recent sightings of Mead and Harry together. Another relationship, therefore, that has been lost. While the prince's old social circle are notoriously tight-lipped, emotion following the rift seems to have run high. According to one report this January, some friends were said to be furious at Harry's outrageously disloyal betrayal of William in Spare, in which he wrote of their fight in his Nottingham cottage kitchen and revealed that William had been circumcised as a baby. You'll recall that was when he said, "He broke my necklace." Harry, for his part, was said in Finding Freedom to have immediately cut off an unnamed male friend after finding out he had spent an afternoon gossiping about Harry's wife. That shows the loyalty of Harry, albeit misguided, to support his wife and again end up losing another friend. One other friend who may have fallen out with Harry is Tom Skippy Inskip, the son of Owen Inskip, Field Master of the Beaufort Hunt, a friend of King Charles. A regular at Club H, the nightclub the princes created in the basement at Highgrove, Inskip, a banker, was with Harry when he was photographed naked during a game of strip billiards in Las Vegas in 2012. The two men also went to Eton together, But Skippy, like Prince William, is said to have expressed doubts about the speed of Harry's relationship that it was developing with Harry's wife, and told Harry he should live with Harry's wife before doing anything more serious. Although his advice came from a good place, wrote Scobie and Durant in Finding Freedom, Harry didn't totally see it that way. As a result of the rumoured falling out, he and his wife, Lara Hughes Young, whose 27 wedding in Jamaica Harry and Harry's wife attended before their relationship was confirmed, were reportedly excluded from the Sussexes' evening wedding party at Frogmore House. Although he and Harry are said to have reconciled in 2019, he is barely mentioned in Spare. This article demonstrates the impact of the narcissist, although not in direct terms, of how Harry has had his relationships with his friends damaged, and it is as a consequence, as I explained at the outset, of his involvement with Harry's wife. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.